our founder, co-founder, managing director, Mr. Nick Roush. He's going to take the lead on our training tonight. And with that, Nick, please take it away.
Great. Thank you very much, Sunil, and thank you everyone for joining us this evening. And first, I want to start off by saying, wow, we've just had a tremendous response, and we thank all of you for getting involved with the company. And everyone is beginning to download their software now, and they're running strategies, and they're getting familiar and comfortable with how this great technology works. And we're having a lot of fun, sharing this technology with all of you out in the field. So first, I want to start this call off by just going over the legal disclaimer. In today's world, we need to cover ourselves and let you know, first and foremost, we are a software company. We're not registered investment advisors. We have a tool that will help you trade the market. And the disclaimer is for demonstration purposes only. Everything I cover with you tonight is for demonstration and example purposes. Cool Trader Pro, Cool Trade, robotic trading systems do not make buy, sell, or hold recommendations. Unique experiences and past performance do not guarantee future results. You should speak with your CPA, financial representative, broker-dealer, financial analyst to ensure that the software strategy that you utilize is suitable for your investment profile before trading in a live brokerage account. All advice and/or suggestions given are intended for running Cool Trade software in simulation mode. So now that everybody has that, I hope you're all excited about the stock market. So what I'd like to do first is I'm going to start this off, and we're going to keep this real basic tonight. We'll call this Cool Trade 101, and we're just going to start by walking you through the trader, and we're going to walk through a couple different ones tonight and walk you through the features and the strategy wizard, which is the back end of the system. So I'm going to go ahead and get started here. Sunil, can you see my screen?
Yes, I can, Nick. If you could, though, expand your screen out all the way, that'd be great.
Okay, I believe that's as far as it's going to go.
Yep, you're good to go.
Okay, great. So what I'm going to do, obviously we're not in market hours currently. You can see up top here, it tells us that the market is closed. But during market hours, this is a number crunching machine. It's looking at 8,000 U.S. stocks, and it's applying technical indicators, and it's applying those indicators and determining which stocks are trending up and which ones are trending down, and it's making all the buy and sell decisions for you. I'd love to do another one during market hours so you can just see this thing flying during the day. But this is one that's set up. And many of you will start off trading one stock or just a couple of stocks. So I just kind of like to keep it real basic for the beginners here and folks who are new to the technology, and just start off by showing you a system that is just set up to trade one stock. So let's go ahead and talk about let's start up here. Each one of these systems will carry out a long and a short strategy for you simultaneously. So you can run a long strategy, which means that you can select stocks that are in uptrends, and you can capitalize and profit from them as they go up. And you can run a short strategy, which means that you can actually profit from corrections in stocks that are trending down. So here we've got our start times and stop times, for the day. This is set on New York time. Over to the right here.
Can I say one thing here?
Yeah, go ahead. I've got Ed Barsano with me this evening, and he's the creator, so he's gonna chime in from time to time. So go ahead, Ed.
Okay. The stop time on that, it says 3:30, and that's New York time. That's just a preference that I had years ago. I feel like no matter what the indicators and the trends are and all for the current day, I just feel like I really don't want to open any new positions after 3:30. So that's actually the open and add to position start and stop time. The actual stop time on the auto trader is 4 o'clock when the market closes. So this is basically saying it's not going to open any new positions after 3:30, but it will continue to close positions in the last half hour.
Right. So the next box over here, we've got a little market information during the day, and you can see this moving around during the day. So the Dow closed up 105 today, the NASDAQ 23, the S&P 10, and usually we have the E-mini data in there as well.
I'll pipe in again for a second. The E-minis, when I was day trading in the trading houses back in 2001 and 2002, I noticed that the professional day traders were looking at the E-minis. That's the S&P 500 futures contract. We don't trade that contract, and neither did they, but they use it for what you care about is that first bar, the first black box. That just says, you know, I want that to be green. If I'm going long, I want a green bar. And I don't care if it's just a quarter, because the E-mini moves in quarters. So I don't care. Just give me one green bar, at least I know the overall market is going in the same direction that I'm about ready to go in with this individual stock. I don't necessarily like to line up all the planets before I trade, but that's one there I know the day traders are all staring at, and when that thing goes green, then they're ready to jump in.
Perfect. Thanks, Ed. Okay, so over to the right here, we've got the account value, so it's going to tell you how much you have in your account, your funds that are allocated. So in this account, there's $9,760 allocated. The account value is $50,025, and funds available are $82,787. The reason that it's $82,787 is we're utilizing a 2-to-1 margin, meaning that if you set up an account with $50,000, you're going to have twice that as buying power. It's a line of credit, essentially, that you get from the broker.
Now the 50,000, you would think 2-to-1 margin, 50,000 times 2 is 100,000. But really, we only give you a 1.85 to 1 margin because we want to leave you a little bit of breathing room there. We don't want you to allocate the whole 2-to-1 margin, because if you allocate the whole thing and the stock goes a little bit the wrong way, the broker will give you a margin call. So we would put a little bit of buffer in there.
All right. So connectivity, the next button, if you lose your internet connection during the day, the robotic trader is going to give you a message and let you know what time it lost the internet connection and what time it was able to restore it during the day. So it's automatically going to try and restore that connection until it's able to go back online. So the next button here, this is a chart. So during the day, any of the symbols that you have in your inventory, you're going to be able to have a quick reference and be able to see what that symbol's doing during the day. So Bank of America here, you can see it opened up around 9:56.
No, actually, no. That red line right there is the
open.
open.
That's where it was.
That's yesterday.
Okay.
This is all yesterday. Right in the middle is where it opened there.
Okay. All right. So you can see, it dropped down and then it trended back up during the day. So the next one here is the show trades. It'll show you any trades that you did for the day, whether it be opened or closed trades. And the next box over here is system activity. So this is going to tell you what the robotic trader is processing during the day, what it's looking at. It's calculating numbers and crunching numbers, second by second during the trading day. Now down below, and I chose to share this being our starting point here because I wanted to keep it real simple. Each one of these systems will manage up to 100 long positions and 100 short positions. The average person, though, is just going to trade a handful of stocks. So here, right above where it says symbol, it'll tell you how many positions you have, how many long positions you have, and here it says 1 position. And then it'll tell you how many short positions you have. And for this strategy, he's just trading Bank of America long. So symbol tells us what symbol we have, and that's Bank of America Corporation. The next column is going to tell us what side we're on. Are we on the long side or are we on the short side? And on this particular one here, we're on the long side. Position quantity is going to tell you how many shares we're trading.
Let me clarify one thing. You see that description line on top, symbol, side, position, average cost going across?
Yeah.
That whole line is describing the first line here,
right.
The BAC, long one. And under it, the action quantity entry, that's the next, the limit order line.
Right, right.
You don't read them top to bottom, you read them across.
I need to clarify that. Thank you, Ed. So the side here tells us which side we're on. We're on the long side. And the action that we're looking for is to sell that stock. So we're looking to sell that stock. So the position is 1,000. We have 1,000 shares of Bank of America, and the quantity is 1,000. So if we had multiple levels and multiple levels of Bank of America, it might say we have 3,000 shares. So
and then there'd be three $1,000.
And then there would be three $1,000 limit orders down below. So next column here is we have the average cost. So for this position, the average cost was $9.90 because we have one position. Our entry price was the same, $9.90 for that position. Our limit price is our goal. That is contained within the software on your computer, and that's not floated out in public view, so no one else knows what you're looking to do. But for this particular position, we're looking for it to go to $10.10. That's our goal on this one. Now the next column here is the price to go. So we need to go 35 cents in order to close that position profitably.
See, a lot of these fields, they came about from the School of Hard Knocks, because in the beginning I didn't have these, like the price to go and the position change and the percent change. And then, and I noticed every time I was looking at an auto trader, I'm always doing this mental math. How much more does it have to go up or down before I reach my goal? And, you know, so as the auto trader evolved, we start putting these things in there so you don't have to think so hard. You can just glance at it and say, oh, it's got to go up 35 cents more. Because otherwise, without that there, you would always have to look at the limit price. Then you'd have to go all the way over to the right and look at the bid price and see what the difference is.
All right, thank you. So the next column here is position change. So we're actually down 15 cents on that particular position right now, which is not a big deal. These stocks move around, and we'll be ready. If it's going to go down, we're going to add more. If it goes up, we're going to take profit. So then the next column here is position change percent. So this shows us how much the position is moved either in our favor or against us, and we're down 1.5% on that position. And we can look at the net P&L column. The net P&L column, it's really important to understand this because the net P&L column is not how you're doing on your strategy. It is the net on your open positions and open positions only. So if we had several positions here, it would just show us what we're down on the open positions that we have not closed yet. The next column here is today's P&L. So today's P&L, it shows we're up $90 today. So we recovered $90 on that position today. And the next column...
Let's just talk about these two columns for a second. They're important also. You have the net P&L. That really, the net P&L is from the time you opened the positions all the way until now. So this is the column you would actually use to, if you were even if you're having an up day today, you haven't recovered from where you actually entered the position. So you would not want to close the position because you're still down 150. Now we added the today's P&L. This just gives you an idea of, am I having an up day today or a down day? You know, it's nice to be able to look up and see if I'm having a good day or not, So we know we had an up day today, we made $90, even though, so originally before today, that means the stock actually was down, what, $240 yesterday, and it recovered 90 today. And then, so once the net P&L side goes positive, that's when you're going to actually execute the closed position.
All right, so then moving along, the next column here is the bid price. So it's going to tell you what the bid price is in this column and what the ask price is in this column. So you can see $9.75 and $9.76. So
for those of you who aren't experienced in the stock market, the way it works is when you buy a stock, you buy on the ask price. You pay the higher price. But when you close the position, you're selling it on the bid price. So you don't want that spread to be too wide, because if, say, it was a 10-cent spread, then you're already a 10-cent loser right out of the box as soon as you bought the stock because you paid the higher price. What the auto trader actually, when we get into the strategy wizard, will show you, the auto trader by default is already set to not accept a trade with bigger than a 2-cent spread. And now and you have to go out of your way to change that. I mean, you have to check. You can raise the number yourself. Some people don't care. Some people say, oh, I don't care what the spread is. I just want to buy it. Well, then you could open up the spread to allow a spread up to 50 cents or even $1 if you wanted to. Personally, I would never do that. We're trading, high volume stocks here. I mean, these things shouldn't have more than a penny or two spread.
So that takes us to the next one, which is volume reach. So there were 142,225,000 shares of Bank of America that exchanged hands today.
That's remarkable.
So that's a beautiful, very, very highly liquid stock, and a lot of action and a lot of trading going on. So the next column over here, during the trading day, it says manual right now because we're after market hours, but during the trading day, that box is going to say stealth mode.